If you watched the time-lapse video in which I built my RC4WD TrailFinder 2, then you know that I'm about to start painting up the first hard body I've ever done in my life. This thing was absolute joy to build. Absolutely excellent finish quality on everything. I installed all of the electronics, soldered everything up just so I could give it a quick spin around the living room over here and check that everything is good to go and up and running. Put in a Team TGN engine, TGN FXR ESC, Spectrum receiver. I got a DX3R, which is perfect for this purpose with the 3 channels, because I also have this shifting servo. I chose to go for a high-tech waterproof servo that also explains the light blue color on it, and I took an RC4-wheel drive steering servo, which seems to be a tiny bit quicker than the high-tech one, and torquey enough, it seems, so far for its purpose. Anyway, excellent thing, excellent build, great joy so far. Onto the body. The body, you get it in a separate box, has a ton of parts trees, some clear plastics used for the indicators, the headlights, the tail lights, some blinkers on the sides, and also the rear window. There's a tiny bit of Lexan which I got over here, which needed to be trimmed out. That's of course, well, that's quite obvious. It's going to be the front windscreen and the side windows. And then you got, in addition to that, you got all these, they look like an Easter egg when you get them. They're yellow, like that. Not the nicest color, but you got all these plastic bits. The plastic bits, they're really high quality. They're very detailed. Unfortunately, they do come with a couple of molding lines. I found a big molding line here along the edge of the bonnet. Also over here where it kind of sags down and goes towards the front door. There was a molding line. There were a few in the back of the roof over here, a few in the back of the pickup bed, and well, worst of all, or at least it kind of gave me a shock when I saw it. I'm not sure if you can notice it, but this thing, it is warped beyond belief. I think there's almost, well, in inches, it must be close to an inch of warp in it. So for us European people or other people who have adapted to the metric system, that's like 2 centimeters. So that kind of worried me until I decided to do a mock-up, which I always do before I start on any body, whether it's Lexan or a hard body, I don't care. I always mock them up first, just to make sure I don't have to trim anything and potentially ruin my paint afterwards. When I bolted everything together, so when I bolted in the grill section, when I bolted on the bed of the truck, it turns out that it kind of straightens up completely. So if you find your TrailFinder 2 warped like this when it comes out of the box, don't worry. That's perfectly normal, I think. No worries there. One worrying thing was I had a huge dent in the roof. It looked like somebody, well, if it was like a real scale truck, like a full scale truck, it looked like somebody dropped a piano on it from 2 stories high. So I needed to kind of push that one out, so I took my heat gun, carefully pushed it. It's not perfect, but that's fine, because this, for me, it will be a learning truck. So I'm going to learn how to spray a hard body with this one. And I'm already looking forward to doing the next one. What I did after I shaved off all of those, no, not the beard, the molding lines and everything, after I shaved that off, I gave the truck a good sanding with some really fine grit sandpaper. I believe it was a 600 grit, and I washed it down carefully with some dishwashing soap. I read up a bit on painting hard bodies. People use dishwashing soap instead of what I always do, the hand soap, to clean this out. So we did all that. In addition to, well, to customize it a tiny bit, when you get the Mojave, which is a complicated word again for Toyota Hilux, when you get the Hilux body with this kit, there's 2 badges sitting here on the side. I want to do something with a 2 or a 3 color paint scheme, and I found that limits me a bit in what I can design on it. So I decided to take them off. I took them off using a chisel first, just really carefully keeping it flat, pushing off the plastic, and afterwards I shaved off the rest with my scalpel. I sanded that down, and yeah, that well, I think it looks a lot better already. Onto the colors. I use some Tamiya Fine primer for to prime the car, to give it that first coat. I read up on using paints on these hard bodies, and they say if you do not use an appropriate primer, that the paint will peel away from the more sharper creases and the more sharper molding lines on the body. So always use a primer if you want to have a good end result, and also you can sand the layers in between, so you can basically make it as smooth or as realistic as you want. Onto the rest of the colors. Got some metallic colors. The people at Tamiya have a really peculiar way of naming their products. Nothing wrong with all these. Metallic red, metallic blue, gunmetal. You got one that sounds like a person, matte black. So that's my friend Matte Black. And then you got the most awkward one of the whole batch, which is a clear blue. Now, if your 15-year-old daughter comes home and you think that she's playing with her RC cars and she asks, Dad, I need some more clear blue, I can imagine that you will freak out. For those who do not know, clear blue, at least here in Europe, it's a pregnancy test. So why would you call your RC car paint after a pregnancy test? I think it could be called, like, I don't know, transparent blue? That's clear blue. But whatever, I'll be using this pregnancy test as well on the car. I hope you stay tuned in the next couple of weeks. I have no idea how long it's going to take me to paint this up. I'm going to start out with a base coat, a base color, and take it from there. Gradually build it up to the result that I think I want to have for this car. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Check out my Facebook page, which is HemiStorm Products. Hope to see you there. If you have any comments, tips, suggestions, hate mail even, or love letters, you can leave them in the box below. And I hope to see you next time around. Thank you for watching, and peace.